Rendering in 2026 is going absolutely crazy. Now you can go from a basic 3D model to a photorealistic client presentable renders in minute. You can use AI upscaler to upscale your HD image up to 4K and in some softwares up to 8K. You can use AI materials, you can use AI scene generator, you can use AI to match the lighting of a render that you like to the render that you have. So these things have made the entire rendering industry into a shift. And in this video, I'm going to talk about top 5 rendering softwares that an architect should know or learn to be relevant in 2026. And the parameters that I have considered to rank these top 5 rendering softwares are the workflow, the render quality, the speed at which you can render in these, the usability, or how easy it is to learn these software. So these are the main criteria that I've considered while rating these rendering software. So without any delays guys, let's get started with the video. Starting from number 5, I have Twinmotion. Twinmotion is one of my favorite software and I still use it at my workplace, and there are few reasons which I will come to later in this video that why a lot of architecture firms are using Twinmotion. So Twinmotion is good for multiple reasons. In Twinmotion, you can produce walkthroughs at very high quality and very easily. The workflow is very easy. Again, Twinmotion has a plugin which integrates along with Revit, and it can update based on your Revit model. So basically, if you make any changes in Revit, it can link to Twinmotion and you just have to refresh the model and you will have the latest updated model from Revit directly into Twinmotion. So that makes the workflow very easy in Twinmotion. Again, the path tracing is really good, but there are few things in which Twinmotion is lagging is the AI integration. AI integration in Twinmotion is not yet there, but in future probably we will have some AI integration built into the next updates. Now coming to why architecture companies are using Twinmotion. So one of the primary reason for architecture companies to use Twinmotion is a lot of architecture company buy Autodesk Revit license, and now with a Revit license you get Twinmotion license as well. So this comes along with Revit, and that's why Twinmotion is being pushed into many architecture firms. Yet I won't say the Twinmotion has the best possible rendering output out there. Twinmotion is there in the top 5, but it's not the best yet. Now coming to the number 4. Number 4, I have Lumion. Lumion again is one of my favorite software. After learning V-Ray, I started learning Lumion, and Lumion was like a blessing for me because back then V-Ray used to take hours and hours of work to produce a good quality render, and still V-Ray has really good rendering quality, but we didn't have time. And right now as well, in architecture industry, we don't have time. As an architect, as a BIM specialist, we don't have time to sit and produce renders because clients demand keep changing and renders keep changing. So we needed quick solution, and Lumion was one of that. Right now Lumion has integrated AI upscaling, which can upscale your image to 8K, and this feature actually works really well, as you can see in this video, where you can upscale a basic image and it can become really high quality even if you zoom in. Again, Lumion has a really good workflow. You just import your model, it reads all the material correctly. The material replacement is very easy. Lumion has a great library for vegetation. It has one of the best 3D grasses, which I always love. So if you have a landscaping project or something like that, I would normally prefer Lumion because of the availability of the varieties of vegetation in that. And again, they have introduced a huge library of objects. So that again becomes a plus point for Lumion. Now on number 3, I have Enscape. Enscape again is one of the best softwares out there because it integrates directly into your SketchUp or your Revit environment, and you can see your live renders, and it can give you a quick preview of what is happening in your model and how your model is looking. Again, this is not the only software that can do this. Twinmotion and Lumion also have this, but the integration with Revit and Enscape is much better than the other two software. So again, Enscape is good, but it's not the best. It has AI upscaler, it has AI scene generation. So all of these AI features are added into it. Path tracer is also there in Enscape. So all of these feature together makes Enscape on number 3, because a lot of firm are preferring to use Enscape because again it comes along with Revit, and a lot of architects, to get quick image generation, to have quick renders, they are using Enscape a lot. So if you are planning to get into an architecture firm, I would say learning Twinmotion and Enscape would be the best option for you. Now coming on number 4. Number 4, I have D5 render. I was just rendering on D5 just to see the new features, the new AI upscaler, scene generation, the color matching. All of these features are integrated into D5. D5 has upgraded itself in a tremendous way, where you can see that the quality that I have generated, like this image that I'm showing you right now, is a very, very basic 2 minutes render that I did. I just exported a SketchUp model into D5 and just put 2-3 materials and few lights. That's it. Less than 5 minutes and I have this quality of render. So again, the quality and the processing of light that happens in D5 is much, much better than Twinmotion, than Lumion or Enscape. The interior render specifically, I would say, are really good in D5. So I would rank D5 as number 2 on my list. Now coming on to the number 1 on my list, it's again V-Ray. V-Ray is one of the best rendering software out there if you're using, or if you are into photorealistic render, by which like people can't figure out, even if they zoom, even if they check the reflection or anything. I think V-Ray is one of the best software out there for achieving photorealism. It is not the best user-friendly software. It is not the best software that are being used in architecture firm. So if you are targeting to enter into an architecture firm, or you are planning to get into an BIM industry or something like that, I would say you can avoid V-Ray. But if you are a person who wants perfection in their rendering, who want their rendering to be very photorealistic, or if you have your own firm or your own client and you want to give the best presentation possible, go for V-Ray. V-Ray is something that I started with. I didn't know any other software when I started into my architecture journey, and there weren't many software out there available right now, like how we have right now. So I would say V-Ray is one of the best to achieving photorealism. Before ending this video, guys, I would again rank few software based on the usability in architecture firm. So first, I would say start learning Enscape, Twinmotion. These two software are being used majorly in North American regions and in the major firms out there. So these two software will help you get into a firm because they will know that, okay, he is already familiar with the software that we are using. So these two software should be your target. D5 is gaining traction, but it is still not the best out there because a lot of firms are not yet using these D5 software. So if you want a good rendering output, D5 is good. But if you are planning to get a job by your rendering skills, I would say Twinmotion, Enscape are two of the main software. Lumion is again not being used by many of the firms. I have spoken to more than 5-10 people that are working into different firms and they are not using Lumion. So guys, this is it for today's video. And if you liked this video, if you liked what I have said or what I've shared, please go ahead, hit a like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you soon.